sound. What a game we have.
I didn't know we were starting early.
He had told me, but then I forgot. And I took my time getting here, and then Mason said, oh, no, we started at 6. I mean, we just got here, too.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. Where's your car? Watch it over. I'll see you first.
Hey, it's going. Can I get the scoring totals, or are you going to keep that as a surprise for me too?
No, you're good.
Okay.
JT's at 13 right now.
13. Yeah. 13, and then it's what? Zandrell Penix.
Zandrell has 4. Isaiah has 3.
3. Okay.
Darius Corbett has 2.
2.
Barnhart has 2. Ryan Moss has 5.
Okay.
Hunter Birch has 4. And
Okay.
Amari has 3.
3. All right.
Do you want theirs?
Yeah, might as well.
Number 10 has 3.
Who's number 10 for them? Let's see. Judge, there's nothing.
Giselle Bumpus. I don't know. I don't want to kill the name. Isaiah Smith has 2, 4, 6, 8.
Has
13.
Isaiah Smith 13.
Yeah.
Jessa.
Julian Crowley, I think is his name, has 2, 4,
Crowley. Who's that?
6. He has 8.
Okay.
KJ Stewart has 1.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Clark has
8. Okay, and then it's Hodge with 2.
Outlaw with 2. And then Johnson with 1.
All right. And who else has? Lamont Johnson has 1. Okay.
Micah Gaddy. Micah Gaddy. Can you please stand up and wave to the crowd? Happy birthday, Micah Gaddy. He turned 8 today. Give him a round of applause. That's my son.
here belatedly to Orange High School. For those who've been listening to air over the last few minutes, I apologize for that, but we got word late that this game started actually at 6 o'clock instead of the scheduled time at 7, so that's why we're late. And starting the second half between Orange and Person. And Orange starts off with the ball here in the second half. Here's Penix going around. Jarrett Thompson up for 3. Left it short, and the ball is saved in bounds by Johnson to the far end of the floor. Here comes Person. And with it is Crowley going inside on the row light block. Shot up in the air. Floats in for Johnson and the foul. Lamont Johnson gets it to go. And the foul is against Amari Morgan. So Orange now trails by 4 at 40 to 36. And Lamont Johnson just scored his first field goal of the game. Isaiah Smith with 13 points to lead. Person shot no good. Rebound goes to Xavier Penix, making his first start for these young Orange Panthers. Right side, Jarrett Thompson gallops into lane, goes across, shot up in the air, count it, and the foul. For Jarrett Thompson, he's got 15. The foul against Johnson. And so Orange now trails by 2 here in a critical matchup for the Panthers if they hope to get a playoff spot. Jarrett Thompson now with 15. Could not cash in the free throw. Rebound was tipped out of bounds by Johnson into the Orange student section. Out of bounds to Orange. There'll be Morgan on the floor with Freddie Sneed, Jarrett Thompson, Xavier Penix, and Hunter Birch. J.J. Thompson out for this game. Here's Morgan. Crossover move. Goes inside the left baseline and threw it away. Stolen back by Johnson. We pass up the floor. Isaiah Smith down the lane. Shot up off the front of the rim. Rebound. Johnson up in the air. That's good. Lamont Johnson with consecutive field goals for the Rockets in their royal blue shirts with white numerals, and it's 42-38 Rockets. Jarrett Thompson. Pass up the floor was slapped down by Isaiah Smith. Taken back. Here's the shot up, and it's good by Jaciel Bumpus. Bumpus late to the starting lineup, and he now gives Person a 44-38 lead. Sneed goes into lane. Kick out. Thompson up for 3 right back court. Off the back of the rim. Rebound. Morgan inside. Goes up and lays it in. Amari Morgan with 7. And the Panthers trail by 4 at 44-40. Cross-court pass. It's Crowley taking it from Bumpus. Lobs it inside. Johnson spins inside on Birch. Short jump hook bounces off. Rebound. Tap back up and in by DeJuan Hodge. That's his 4th point. And it's 46-40. Morgan to Thompson right side. He'll go inside. Lost it on the way in and out. Went off the leg of Thompson and out of bounds. That was slapped at by Jaciel Bumpus. And the Panthers trailing by 6. Person has brought a big crowd on hand here tonight. Good crowd on hand. Imagine if they had the right starting time. There were people walking into the building thinking this game started at 7. Pass in the backcourt. Crowley, and we have a travel called against Lamont Johnson as he went inside the lane. Now here comes another substitution. This is Penix going in, and Freddie Sneed will go out. Ryan Moss also checking out of the game for Orange as they put in Hunter Birch. Freddie Sneed surveys the scene. 46-40 the score. Trapped as he comes across midcourt. Threw it to Morgan. He fumbled it. Slapped out of his hands by Hodge. Stolen back by Johnson. And down the floor goes Crowley for the lay-in. Julian Crowley with 10. Person leads by 8. Sneed goes down the floor. Reach-in foul will be called from behind on Crowley. That'll be his first. 5:43 remaining here. Orange playing for the first time since a successful holiday tournament where they finished 3rd. Thompson spins to the left. Outside, here's Thompson for 3. Ice. Jarrett Thompson with 18 points, and it's 48-43. Isaiah Smith walks it back the other way. Person leading by 5. Smith hands the pass to Crowley, left baseline. Jump pass out. Here's Bumpus for 3, and it's good. Seal Bumpus knocks down the 3-pointer, and Person has an 8-point lead again at 51-43. Thompson will try to retaliate off the side of the rim, and it bounces over the backboard. So the Panthers can't get it back as Jarrett found himself 3. Closing in late was Crowley. Perhaps enough to disrupt that shot somewhat. Back comes Person, leading by 8. 5 minutes remaining third quarter. Johnson looks back door, sends a nice pass out to Johnson. Now Bumpus up for 3 off the side of the rim. Rebound will be run down by Hodge in the lane. Here's the shot up, and it rolls in for Isaiah Smith, who leads the Rockets with 15 points. And it's 53-43. Morgan, crossover move, nearly lost the dribble. Picks it up, looks to the left, goes to the right for Jarrett Thompson. Skip pass thrown out of bounds by Thompson. It bounced off the head of a spectator. A lady watching to the other end of the floor. Hopefully she's okay. And with that, Lamont Johnson is out of the game. Some of the Orange students getting a chuckle out of that mishap. Back the other way, Bumpus sends it across to Crowley. He'll lob it down low. With it is Hodge. One drop in the lane. Shot up no good. Gets his own rebound. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Hunter Birch. He and Morgan were in there supplying a double team. And the foul is against Hunter. That is the first foul of the half against Orange. Johnson's free throw off the back of the rim. Rather, that's Hodge's free throw. Orange down 10 now at 53-43. Second free throw by Hodge, no good. Rebound slapped out. Penix has got it for Orange. He's in there with Freddie Sneed. Here comes Thompson down the left baseline, throws a floater in the air. That won't fall. Rebound, Thompson runs it down the baseline, goes to the rim, and they're going to call a foul on the floor against KJ Stewart. That's the third foul against the Rockets in the half with 4:10 remaining. Orange down 53-43 here in the third quarter. Quick inbound, Jarrett Thompson sends it outside. Here's Penix for 3. Got it. Xavier Penix making his debut. He's got 7, and it's 53-46. Orange is down by 7. Isaiah Smith picks the ball up in the backcourt. On the right, KJ Stewart hands it back to Penix. Now it's Stewart going outside. Great pass down low and a two-hand dunk thrown down by DeJuan Hodge. All set up beautifully by Jusio Bumpus, and it's 55-46. Thompson the other way, timeout called by Orange. So Orange comes into this game having won its final contest in the South Granville Holiday Invitational over in Creedmoor. They won. Orange won against Reedsville on the first day, which put them in the first place bracket. In the semifinals, they lost to Cary. But then in the final day, they showed maybe its best game of the year overall in a win over Granville Central, coached by Orange alumnus Mike McDaniel. Panthers got a big game that day from J.J. Thompson, who is not here tonight. J.J. led Orange in scoring for the first time this season, possibly the first time in his career. But the Panthers missed his ball handling ability here tonight against this quick person team. And the Panthers are down by now 9. It was also a solid debut for Amari Morgan. In his first varsity game, he wound up in double figures. And in his third game, the win against Granville Central, he finished with a double-double. Pass in the backcourt off the hand of Birch. Recaptured by Sneed. Look away past Corbett in the game. Outside, here's Corbett for 3. No good. Rebound, Corbett goes for it. Goes to the floor to get it. Picks it up and sends it away. Here's Sneed. Outside, Penix will fire from 13 feet. Try to bank it in hard off the glass. Rebound is corralled by Stewart. Up the floor, pushing tempo. Bumpus down to the left. Going into the lane is Crowley. And they're going to call the foul against Orange. It'll be against Xavier Penix. 55-46 with 3:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Person with the lead. Smith holds the ball high over his head, lobs in the backcourt, goes across to DeJuan Hodge. One hands it over to Bumpus. On the right, here's Isaiah Smith outside to Bumpus. Orange in a matchup zone. Crossover move by Smith. Ball was tipped in the air by Penix. Coming down left corner at Smith. He goes to the rack, and he's fouled going up by Ryan Moss, who checked in during the dead ball. On our other channel, you can hear Cedar Ridge playing tonight as they are going up against Eastern Alamance. First free throw is good by Smith, and it's a 10-point person lead. Second shot up, that is good. 17 for Smith, and it's an 11-point game. Person with the lead. Thompson plays catch with Penix to get it over the midcourt line. Corbett rolls to the right, shot was blocked. Rebound stuck back up and in by Ryan Moss. Moss has got 9, and the Panthers trail by 9 at 57-48. One-hand pass. It goes to Hodge. Off to the right, ball thrown away. Stolen back by Freddie Sneed. He comes down the floor on the right. He'll take it all the way to the right. Shot was blocked out of bounds by DeJuan Hodge. Out of bounds to Orange. Corbett with 2:21 remaining in the quarter. Looks, and throws it away. Got the wires crossed up with Freddie Sneed. With Penix. And now Sneed will go back in the game. Penix, playing his first game in an orange uniform, goes out. Pass down to the left. It's Smith down the lane. The run-hand runner is flat. Rebound tipped outside. Corbett had to go off a leg. It's picked up by Sneed. Goes down the floor. Runs after it. Saved in bounds. Now Penix across the Sneed. Pass on the right. Thompson fakes for three. Now he'll fire and hit. Three-pointer by Jarrett Thompson. And it's a 6-point game. Jarrett was fading to the left as he shot then, and it still went in. Here's Bumpus, nearly traveled, goes down to Smith. His finger on the lane, no good. Rebound, failed stuff attempt, and we're going to have a foul, what they call it, offensive basket interference called against Person. They ruled that the slam attempt by Hodge had the ball in the cylinder. Actually, two players went after that. There were two players who had the ball on the rim, who actually touched the rim at the same time. Now there's debate about whether that should be a technical or not. And the officials continue to discuss it. Now, Darrell Britt, I believe, is pointing out that that probably should be a technical because it was Hodge and Crowley who went up for it. And they touched the rim simultaneously, going for that rebound. Both were thinking a simultaneous stuff there. But Orange is going to get the ball out of bounds. They're ruling that offensive basket interference against Person. The shot was missed as it was anyway by Person. Here's Sneed going to JT, I should say. Now Penix goes into lane. Oh, what a pass underneath. Score the basket by Ryan Moss and the foul. Ryan Moss gets it to go, and the foul called against KJ Stewart. 57-53. And the free throw good by Ryan Moss. He's got 12. And the Panthers have needed him. And suddenly the Panthers only down 3 here, 57-54. Lead pass ahead, it's Crowley. Into the lane, here's Hodge going up strong in the lane is good. Panthers don't have many men that can contain DeJuan Hodge. He's got 8 points. It's a 5-point lead. Person setting up at half court, dribbling between the trap is Sneed. Tries to feed it to Moss, and he fed him out of bounds. Ryan couldn't quite corral it. Good look by Sneed, but he was too far into the basket. Was Moss. Minute 15 remaining here. Back the other way. Here's Bumpus going into the lane. Hodge just bullies Thompson right out of the way and lays it in. Jarrett was stationed underneath, but he's given up a lot of weight and a lot of size overall to DeJuan Hodge, and it's 61-54. Off to the right, it's Sneed to Jarrett Thompson, double team to that court. Now it goes to Penix in the lane. It's Corbett, shot up in the air, and he's fouled going up. Juan Hodge with the foul. And that will be his first, team's 5th. Here comes Darius Corbett to the line. He's got 2 points. Shot up, and it's long. Penix back in the game for Orange. Corbett with the second free throw. That's no good. Rebound is taken down by Hodge. Off to the right. Here's Crowley into the lane. He'll throw up a scoop to the hoop with the left hand, and it's good. Julian Crowley with a gorgeous move. Person takes the ball right to the basket whenever they can. It's a 9-point lead, 6 in a row for the Rockets, and a foul called against Hodge as JT was trying to spot up in front of the Orange bench. And with that, here comes number 5, A.J. Terrell. Here's Corbett. Looks inside for Moss, low right block. Takes a step in. Tries to put up the shot. It was blocked by Hodge, who didn't even have to leave his feet in the process. And back comes Person. Back the other way comes Terrell. Lobs it inside. Wraparound pass goes to Hodge. He'll flush it down with 2 hands. Dewan Hodge with 12 points. And Person now has a 65-54 lead. Here comes Sneed back the other way. Drops it off, goes to Moss. He'll send it across the Corbett, and he's foul going up. That one against Bumpus will be his first and the team's 4th. And the first shot by DC is no good. He'll get the second of 2. Second shot by Darius is good. And it's 65-45. 5 seconds remaining. Down the floor. Terrell wound up traveling as he shuffled his feet, going into a wide open lane. Orange down 10 here will be Person ball when the fourth quarter begins. Now Thompson will fire it up from 45 feet. It's short. And that will do it for the third quarter. And the score, Orange trailing Person 65-45. This is HillsboroSports.com. So we go to the fourth quarter. Person misses on their first attempt here. Orange will inbound. It is Penix throwing it quickly. Moss with a short jumper. That's no good. And the rebound taken down by Lance Clark. Lobs it ahead. Hodge looks inside, slapped away, nearly stolen by Moss. Winds up in the hands of A.J. Terrell. Pass inside Hodge. Tries to flip it into Johnson. Hodge winds up with it. Count the basket and the foul. Juwan Hodge is A moose inside here for Person. And the foul called against 21 for Orange, Ryan Moss. Panthers having a hard time trying to offset his size. And the Panthers trail by 12, make it 13. Hodge has scored 13 points in the half, 15 for the game. Mari Morgan, and I think there's a problem with the clock here. Yep, clock didn't start when Orange inbounded the ball. 68-55, this is Orange's largest deficit. The Panthers led by 2 in the latter stages of the first half. Thompson uses the off arm to get to the free throw line, off to the right, shot up, and there's going to be a foul called against Julian Crowley. So JT heads to the line. He's got 21 points. Ryan Moss has 12. Hunter Birch to the line. And Thompson makes the first of 2 to make it 68-56. Thompson will get the second of 2. Amari Morgan back in. Ryan Moss will take a seat. 2 free throws for Jarrett Thompson puts his total at 23 on the night. And it's 68-57. Crowley goes to the backcourt for Isaiah Smith. Outside, it's Lance Clark. Now Isaiah Smith, who was the leading scorer coming into the half. Down low, Hodge flip a fadeaway. It's too strong. Rebound, Snead tapped it. It's corralled by Clark in the lane. He lost it. They're going to call the foul on the floor against Orange, going for the loose ball. That was against Caleb Barnhart. That's his second. Well, actually, Daryl Britt pointed out that Caleb Barnhart couldn't have picked up that foul because Caleb's not in the game. They actually correct the foul and called it against Xavier Penix. And now Penix nearly comes up with a steal, but Clark takes it in. Pass away. Here's a running one-hander up, and it's good by Isaiah Smith. And Person is not missing very much. Orange not getting defensive stops. That's 19 for Smith. And it's 70-57. Crossover by Morgan. He'll launch a 3. Ice. Amari knocks it down. And for Morgan, that puts him at 7 on the night. 70-60. Short shot up, no good. Tip in is good by Julian Crowley. Another tap in for the Rockets, and it's 72-60. Here's Morgan. He'll pull the trigger for 23 feet, and he banked it in. Amari Morgan has got 10, and it's 72-63. There's Smith back the other way on the left. One-hander, and he gets the scoop up, and it shot no good. Rebound. Birch managed to knock it away from Lance Clark, and then Clark commits a frustration foul. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Orange. There'll be Hunter Birch shooting it. Smith couldn't believe the foul was called on him, actually, but it was. So Hunter Birch will head to the line. Hunter's got 4 in the game. Panthers trail by 9. It's 72-63 with 5:50 remaining. Jenseel Bumpus back in the game now. Here's the 1-and-1 for Birch. Up, no good. Rebound, catching it, falling to the floor. Crowley managed to get it away. Sends it down the floor to Terrell. His shot up, no good. But the foul's going to be called against Jarrett Thompson. And that will be Thompson's second. And that puts Person in the 1-and-1 bonus. Terrell has not scored in the game. Joshua Jackson about to check in for Orange. Shot up, good by Terrell. And he'll replace Frey Snead. It's a very young Orange lineup in there. Snead coming out, he's a freshman. Shot up, that is good by Terrell. He's got a pair, and it's 74-63. Morgan with 5:40 remaining. He'll stop, he'll pull up from 30 feet this time. That one was blocked, it appeared by Crowley, and then Birch commits a foul against Hodge on the rebound. That one was blocked, and it stopped about 5 feet shy of the rim. With 5:36 remaining, it's 74-63, and we'll walk to the other end of the floor where DeJuan Hodge, who has been huge in this half, 13 points in the half for Hodge, 15 for the game. First shot of a 1-and-1, no good. Birch the rebound. Sends it up the floor to JT. 5:30 remaining in the corner. Here's Penix for three, no good. Rebound taken back by Crowley. Up the floor comes Person. This is Bumpus with a one-hand runner, good in the lane. Orange not shutting down dribble penetration well. That's 7 for Bumpus, and it's 76-63. 5:12 remaining. Morgan looks inside for Birch. Hunter calling for it, and they're going to call the foul against Crowley. That'll be 3 on Crowley. Now Barnhart about to check in for Orange. He got the start tonight. And Amari Morgan, who has 2 3-pointers in this quarter, will head to the line with 5:08 remaining. Orange down 13 at 76-63. Morgan's first free throw, short. Barnhart will go in for the shooter. Lamont Johnson's going to go back in for Person with KJ Stewart. Sitting down will be Hodge. And who else is going out? They take out Terrell. Second one for Morey. Good. And now Morey's going to go out. And here comes Bumpus back in. Or Barnhart, back in. Here's Terrell. Back the other way. Stewart comes back the other way to Terrell. He'll take it down the lane. Raked out of his hands by Johnson. It's picked up by Josh. Here comes down the floor. Josh shot was blocked by Bumpus. And all alone down the floor is Terrell. He'll drop it off across, and Johnson will lay it in. Panthers had a quick takeaway. And Lamont Johnson makes it 78-64. Bumpus on the right. Sneed will go behind the back, send a one pass down low. Birch steps to the left, throws up the shot. It's no good. And on the rebound, it's Clark. And nearly lost out of bounds. It is lost out of bounds by Bumpus with 4:24 remaining. And going out of the game will be Terrell. And Jordan Lunsford will check in for him. Joshua Jackson, left backcourt, goes inside to Birch, and a foul called against Lamont Johnson. That's going to be his second. So Birch is going to wind up at the line once again for, this time, 2 shots. But the Panthers trail by 14 when it was down to 3 just moments ago. Orange has not held Person to very many empty trips, needless to say, when you put up 78 points in 33 minutes of action. First shot up by Birch, and it's good. Romello Snow now checks in, and Johnson will go out. Birch with the second free throw up, and that's short, and there's going to be a lane violation called against Person. Another thing they're cracking down on this year, Snow stepped into the lane early. So it'll be a redo coming up here for Hunter Birch with 4:19 remaining. Shot up, no good. And on the rebound, it's Lance Clark. He'll bring it up the ball hard up the floor, and he's fouled going into the lane. Looked like that Josh Jackson tried to grab him before he started up. Jackson gets the foul. And Ryan Moss now will head to the line, or to the scorer's table. Clark with the first free throw, good. Clark had 8 in the first half. That's his first point in the second half. 14-point Person lead. Birch is out. Moss is in. 79-65. Second free throw up. That's no good. Rebound Barnhart. Out comes Orange, trailing by 14. Barnhart goes behind the back. Moves off to the right down the lane. Sends it out. JT goes right down the lane. Shot up in the air, and he was fouled going up by Stewart. That'll be his third. So JT will head to the line. 4:03 remaining. Thompson with 23 on the night. First free throw is good. It's 79-66. Orange trailing by 13. They have not led here in the second half. Trail by 2 coming into the half, and Person has just used its superior size. Much bigger, maybe, well, yeah, this Person team, I think it's safe to say, was bigger than Carey. And now a timeout called by Person coach Charles Dacus. And the Rockets about to go to 7-3. The standings in this conference are all jumbled right now because of COVID. There are some teams who have not been interrupted at all because of COVID, and Orange, is, fortunately enough, is one of those teams. Person is too. Person coming off a loss the other night to Northwood, which is atop the league. Right now it is Northwood and Western Alamance 3-0 in conference play, and then there are some teams who have only played one conference game. Orange will be right back in action tomorrow. They'll play Wake Forest, and we'll be there for that one. If they don't change the starting time on us at the last minute. .357 remaining. Person leading by 12. Orange is going to drop its 4th conference game here. They've lost to Western Alamance, Williams, and Northwood. Person will get the ball after the timeout was called by the Rockets. And this one's going to negatively impact Orange's chances to make the state playoffs. Panthers haven't been there since they went to the state quarterfinals back in 2016-2017. Pass to the right was thrown away. Stolen back by Sneed. Up the floor, JT, all alone for a three-pointer. That was blocked out of midair. Ball's tipped, rebounded by Thompson. He'll lay it up, shot no good. Rebound, tipped out of bounds. It went off the hands of Snow. And they'll stay with the Panthers. That block taken by Clark, who made a good play, expanding his wingspan and getting down the floor. Sneed throws it in bounds, went off the shoe of Moss, and it's picked up off the floor by Snow for Person. Then he was tied up, and they're going to call a held ball with Barnhart getting in there to tie him up. And it will be Orange ball in alternating possessions with 3:34 remaining. 79-67. On the inbound. Looking. Sneed sends it away. It was dribbled off the foot of Moss, who goes to the floor to get it. Now Thompson up for 3 off the side of the rim. Goes high off the backboard. It is pulled down by Snow in the lane. Double team momentarily. And the pass goes up the floor away to Lunsford. He'll send it across the lay-in up, and it's good by Lance Clark. And he'll be the latest Rocket in double figures. He's got 11, 14-point lead, and now a throwaway. Here's Bumpus down the floor, and a foul called on Barnhart. That will be his 3rd with 3:06 remaining. 81-67 to score. Person with the lead. Bumpus will put up 2 shots. Person had their bigger bodies, and they went to them through the course of this second half. Bumpus' first free throw, no good. Now Crowley will go in, and sitting down will be Snow. And Person used the bodies of DeJuan Hodge and Lamont Johnson to bridge out this gap, which is now at 15 points after Bumpus' second free throw went down. 82-67. Barnhart back the other way. He'll move inside the lane to the left, drive and kick. Here's Sneed up for 3, long. Rebound. Moss has got it up in the air. That shot was blocked. Rebound free, and it's taken in by Clark. Lead pass ahead. It is Crowley going down the floor. Alley-oop thrown down by Jasil Bumpus. He's got 10. And it's 84-67, and the Person contingent loved that one. 2:35 remaining. Behind the back, here's Bumpus. Off to the left, dances down the lane. Shot was blocked. Out of bounds by Hodge with 2:31 remaining. A.J. Terrell now will go in, and the Person fans loving it. As they're about to beat Orange for the first time in 21 years in a conference game. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Ball is free. Running it down will be Crowley. Tried to fire it underneath. is taken down by Terrell. Stolen back, and the lay-in is good by Clark. Lance Clark with 13 up the near sideline. Here's Sneed down the floor. Way to Barnhart. Shut up. That was blocked by Outlaw. They're going to call the foul. And Barnhart will put up the first 2. Person fans unhappy. Referee trying to tell, or Daryl Bridge trying to tell the referee that it wasn't Barnhart shooting the free throws, but Barnhart's the one at the line. And Barnhart's going to shoot the free throws. First shot up, and it bounces off with 2:12 remaining. And Orange, you get the feeling it's a little bit intimidated here. Second free throw coming up for Barnhart. It's no good, and rebound goes to Outlaw. With 2:10 remaining, Ty Outlaw in the game. One hand pass down the floor, carried out of bounds by Lance Clark, as he was led too far with 2:06 remaining. Here's JT down the right end of the floor. He'll spin in the lane, throws the shot up high off the glass, and it's good. JT with 27 points. And it's 86-69. Terrell goes down the lane and throws it out of bounds as he one-handed it over the head of Jordan Lunsford. Isaiah Smith now will check in. Also Ann Snow. And who else is coming in? We can put KJ Stewart in, and Ty Outlaw will go down as Charles Dacus is clearing his bench. Person has lost track of who's supposed to be in, who's supposed to be out here. I think they're pulling the starting 5, essentially. Or at least some of those who are in the starting 5. Lunsford still's in there. 17-point lead for the Rockets. Here's JT going to Barnhart, left sideline. Picks it up. JT gets it back. Goes behind the back, lost the dribble. Barnhart managed to rescue it with 1:40 remaining. Skip pass goes across. Sneed tries to drop it at Moss. It went off his hands and out of bounds. Ryan Moss played hard tonight with 12 points. Now Lunsford comes into a big round of applause from the Poston faithful. And Trey Staten is going to check in as well. (86-69) the score. Here's the pass going to Snow up the floor. Smith will send it to the left. Shot up in the air, reverse layup, no good. Rebound, shot up, no good by Snow. That was blocked by Moss. Rebound to Barnhart up the floor. Here's JT, and he's foul going up by Lunsford. That's his first. With 1:18 remaining. All person, they lead 86-69. Michael Clark is going to make his first appearance in the second half here, coming off the bench. JT for the first free throw, rattles in. Didn't know what to make of this person team. They lost to South Granville, a South Granville team that's down from previous years. And Orange had some confidence, but it's just been a problem trying to get everybody on the same page. But this was a tough matchup for the Panthers tonight. JT will check out. Good game for Jarrett Thompson, 29 points. That's right about at his average. Went into the tournament. Here's a steal from behind by Sneed up the floor. He'll take it to the right, lays it up in the air, and good. And now a technical foul called against Romello Snow, who managed to try to tip that block and then said something while he was on the floor, and a technical foul was called shortly afterwards, so that's going to give the ball right back to Orange. It was Penix who got the basket, and now Ryan Moss will shoot the free throws. These will be 2 shots here, and Orange will get the ball back. That was a basket for Penix. First shot by Birch, no good. He'll get the second free throw. Moss has got 13. Second free throw good. He's got 14. Now Ty Outlaw, who is the younger brother of former Virginia Tech star Ty Outlaw, is going to go back in the game. 86-74. 1:05 remaining. Screen set up high. Here's Sneed, picks up the dribble. Sends away to Barnhart. Minute to go. Person up by 12. Barnhart looks inside. Clark had it go off his hands. Sends it outside. Sneed for three. Got it. Freddie Sneed got it to go. Timeout called by Orange with 49 seconds remaining. And it's a 9-point game. So Freddie got it to go down with 49.2 seconds remaining. And it's 86-77. Person's going to put a couple more starters back in the game here. As we saw Outlaw go to the scores table, as Orange has turned an 18-point deficit and sawed it right in half in only a matter of seconds. Two longtime rivals that have not been in the same conference for 21 years until now. In fact, the original draft, if you'll recall, of the conference alignment for what would turn out to be the Central Carolina Conference had Person remaining in the same league with Southern Durham, and actually they would break away from the Greensboro conferences and they would be in what is the Northern Lakes Conference. Originally, Carborough was in Person's spot in the Central Carolina, but there was an appeal by Carborough, and Person wound up getting slotted into the Central Carolina after spending years playing against teams in the Triad, against squads from Eden and Greensboro. Inbounds pass. Bumpus takes the flop of flops as he is fouled by Joshua Jackson. Bumpus got hit on the wrist and fell to the floor like he had been shot. Somehow he made a miraculous recovery and is walking back up the floor with 47.9 seconds remaining. Person coming off the loss to Northwood. They've got one conference win, and they're going to go to 2-1 in the Central Carolina. Bumpus free throw, no good. Orange's game against Cedar Ridge was supposed to be played on Tuesday, but there have been some COVID problems for the women's programs for both schools. No COVID problems for Cedar Ridge's or Orange's men's teams, but regardless, second free throw good by Bumpus. He's got 11. 10-point game with 46 seconds remaining. Here's Jackson, goes outside. Sneed. Jarrett Thompson from 35 feet rattled out. It just rimmed out. Barnhart goes after the rebound. Battling Smith for it, and they're going to call the foul on Barnhart. (87-77) to score. Isaiah Smith. Well, who's got the foul call here? It's supposed to be on Barnhart. Now the officials are conferring. I think that's supposed to be 5 fouls is what they're signaling on Caleb Barnhart. Well, now they got to move down the clock because they didn't start the clock correctly. So now they've run some time off the clock with 35.4 seconds remaining, and it's 5 fouls on Barnhart. No, they say it was 5 fouls on Moss. Excuse me. Again, we arrived late because we were told this game would start at 7. It did not. We apologize for that. Here's Joshua Jackson back in the game. He'll replace Moss, who just fouled out. Smith will head to the line, and first free throw, no good. He'll get the second of 2 coming up. Here's DeJuan Hodge back in the game, and Ty Outlaw will take a seat. Outlaw was huge in this second half. Shot up. That's no good by Hodge. Rebound slapped off the backboard by Thompson. It's recovered by Crowley. Just stands in the lane. How that wasn't 3 seconds is beyond me. Crowley just was standing there and pointing at something. And a foul was called in the backcourt on Joshua Jackson. And Isaiah Smith will have a chance to pad his total. Cannot do it. Missed the first of two. .9 seconds remaining. Second free throw up in the air. That's good. 20 points for Isaiah Smith. 88-77 to score. 25 seconds remaining. Joshua Jackson to Caleb Barnhart. Outside, here's Freddie Sneed for three. No good. Rebound Thompson. Back up. Count it, and the foul. So Jarrett's not done yet. That's 31 points. And the foul on Hodge is his third. .78-79. And that's 5 fouls on Juwan Hodge. So he is done for the night. Charles Dacus was unclear exactly what was being called or that 5 fouls was signaled. Now Ty Outlaw is going to come in. Outlaw is not quite as thick as his father was, but he's got muscle on him, and he's going to be dangerous. He's about the shape of his, he's very similar, and once he fills out, he's got the same body dynamics as his older brother, who, of course, now is playing professionally in the G League and was a member of that Virginia Tech team that made it all the way to the round of 16 and lost to Duke the year Zion Williamson played for the Blue Devils. Jared Thompson's free throw rattles out. Outlaw the rebound with 16 seconds remaining. 9-point game. And Orange, well, looked like that Freddie Sneed was trying to foul Smith, but the referee opted not to call it. And I think that tells you about what the referees want right now. They want to go home. And that's what's going to happen. Well, at least you're going home early since the game started at 6 o'clock. The person takes the win. Disappointing loss for Orange in the first game after the holiday tournament. 88-79 the score. As Person takes the win. Well, thank you for joining us here for this broadcast here on HillsboroSports.com. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night when Orange plays Wake Forest.